Namaste to you, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the Lall Show, right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It is a Monday, the 18th day of April, and we let you know here this evening. We say welcome, a blessed and a peaceful Easter to you and your entire family from all of us here at the Team Lall Show. This evening, as you would have heard for yourself last Wednesday, on Friday, which is Good Friday, and today Easter Monday, we will not have any live program on the Lall Show. And of course, we give you this time to be with your loved ones, be around your family and friends. And we'll come back to you this Wednesday, God's Spirit Live. That's Wednesday the 20th of April. We'll bring to you the Wednesday edition of the Lall Show. But for tonight, what we will do is bring to you a rebroadcast, just in case you might have some time that you want to listen. Well, we will do that for you right now here on the Lall Show. It is the rebroadcast, and we hope you are going to pay keen attention and encourage you to join us Wednesday at 19 hours 20 for a live in-studio presentation of the Lall Show. Without further ado, our leaders proud of themselves, getting $2 million US for gas flaring from Exxon, while Guyana to spend $4 million US. Let's pay keen attention to that rebroadcast.
Joshua, during our editorial meeting on Saturday, I glanced at both the Guyana Times and the Guyana Chronicle and shook my head as to what I saw. Didn't say a word to the staff. Halfway through that meeting, a reporter said he's doing a story in which the government has hired a Dutch firm, paying them $787 million to remove 3 boats that sink at the mouth of the Demerara River. Right away, I told the staff, this country needs help, and it needs help more than ever. I had to say, wow, Josh. And ask the staff if they had a look at the front pages of the Guyana Times and the Chronicle. I then raised both of the newspapers and showed them the headlines. The headlines of the Guyana Times read, Guyana receives $400 million in flaring fees from Exxon. And the Chronicle said, ExxonMobil pays Guyana $400 million for gas flaring. Those were the 2 headlines. Big and bold in both newspapers. Those are the things that makes me understand how the leaders of this country thinks and how they manage and run this country. They are proud of galvanizing big and bold in the state newspaper and their friends' newspaper. See? See? You see, Guyana? We are able to get $400 million from Exxon for flaring. Miss Harris, that is barely $2 million US. Them jumping about and jumping up about. Them ready for showcase and tell Guyana what a great job they are doing. $2 million US we get. Wow. Oh my, I was told how the government was grinding this story too on NCN and some of the radio stations. And in the same breath, the Kaieteur News got to tell y'all $787 million going out of Guyana's pocket to remove 3 sunken boats that's in Exxon's way. How you like that?
Wow.
Eh? You're boasting of collecting $400 million and you're taking $787 million, the poor people money, for a move old iron there in Exxon way. In other words, Josh, you collect $2 million with your left hand and you're giving out $4 million with your right hand. That's good business, eh, Dan? Man, beautiful business, man. I told the staff, that's how we leaders doing business. Give 4 and collect 2. And they are so proud to announce it big and bold in the newspapers. You hear me? The newspapers, what them control. This is how a country grows. This is business people y'all have as leaders. Don't know the difference between a foot and them head. Spending 4 million and collect 2 million. We not getting a cent taxes, Josh, from Exxon, who fetching away our wealth. Yet Mr. Ali and Mr. Harmon taking the poor people money, the poor people tax dollars of this country to move out old iron, to clear the way for the oil people. Yeah, man. Yes. You collect 2 for your pocket and giving out 4 for clear the waterways for the supply boats, fetching in and out food stuff and then pipelines. You hear me, Josh? Am I clear?
Yes.
Them same boat were Guyana paying $11 million a day for work or no work. And Trinidad paying how much? You remember? 1.2 million.
2.8.
And Suriname paying the same thing, 1.2. Guyana is paying $11 million a day. Work or no work.
2.2.
Wow. This is your financial gurus. Guyana, brothers and sisters, please say something. Please do something and do it quickly. Extreme danger lies ahead of all of us. Starvation before your eyes. Please don't let it happen to you guys, man. Don't do that. 787 million or 4 million US for move them whole iron. Could have fixed or patch up your little roads. Could have used to buy drugs what the hospital don't have for them sick people. Oh. Instead, they might take your little money for clear the foreigners to share for you more. More in the billions of American dollars. Keep space of me, Josh, in your head. Because I got more to tell y'all. Hear what the government say. Them have about another 130 old boats to be removed that is lying out there in the ocean. You hear me? The little 400 million US y'all get from the oil so far, and they're sitting in the bank out there, were done, and you would be needed more. You might have to go to the bank to take a loan for remove the 120. You hear what I'm telling you? You see the oil money where you're getting? You see where it's going? You see how it's working? For clear the way for the oil people them. This is business. This is real business, eh?
Business.
Beautiful business. The couscous y'all getting will be spending to clear the way for the oil people. You see why Jack Deo said don't depend on the oil money? There is nothing there for y'all. Mark my words. If these leaders don't wake up to the reality of what's happening, y'all doomed. We discuss a story that will be in tomorrow's newspaper. It's a good thing I have a good stomach. If not, I would have threw up on my staff when she announced the story she's about to write. We government begging the IDB to borrow $1.8 million to help train the Ministry of Finance people how to deal with the oil sector after the oil is done in Guyana. You hear that? They requested that from the IDB. Today, we are carrying that story tomorrow. Yes. You throwing out $4 million US from your pocket to clean the ocean for ExxonMobil and going to borrow less than $2 million to train your people how to handle the oil sector 50 years from now after Exxon done carry away everything. Man, are you really understand? This is business?
Guyana is not a real place.
Tomorrow the Kaieteur News is carrying that story. Man, the Father above need to help this nation. Father, it's not fair what you're putting these Guyanese through. You got to step in, and you got to step in quick.
Yep.
Is only you left? And hear what I said, Bernard. Part of the money will be used to help local businesses. You know what I'm saying? Part of the 1.8 they're requesting tomorrow will be used to help local businesses compete with the foreigners because them getting all the work.
Your father paid no tax.
Like that.
Yeah? Guyana. Do we have to borrow money for something like this? Or are you going to put systems in place to stop the foreigners from bringing in their buses, their trucks, that is taking away the local businesses? Huh?
A whole lot of nonsense.
Man, is what happening in this country? Or are you going to stop the supply boats and let the local people take over that? You don't have to you borrow money to come help us for that with that. Just stop it. And stop it quickly. So that we the locals can get involved with that. We don't need training for that. You know, I know a man who used to work with me. I'm not going to call his name. He always used to get used, abused, misused until he became confused. He bank book on wardrobe, always empty on women, but never get anything. That's what Exxon doing to our leaders. And the leaders now want to pass it on to us. Well, I am not one of those Guyanese. And I am pretty much certain that none of y'all want to be used, misused, or abused like that. No. Not Glenn Lall. You in that, Bernard?
Not at all.
Joshua?
Definitely not.
Raj? No. Miss Harris, you?
Hell no.
Hell no. We fishing industry. Bring in last year 81 million US dollars. The oil operation cut that more than half, I think, already this year. Just wait a little next year when Liza 2 start up. Not 3 or 4. Liza 2 start up next year. The other half will disappear. Not even fish will be there for you. You guys know fish price went up, right? It already hit the roof.
Yeah, like everything else.
Just talk to the fishermen. They'll tell you. They will tell you.
Yep.
This is how you run country, Guyana. Yes, this is how you run a country. Exxon renting y'all property. And some of y'all happy for now. Wait, when them done build their own housing scheme and their headquarters, all of your buildings will be left like white elephants. And their apartment buildings, them same apartment buildings they're going and building the housing scheme, will be paid for by your oil money. So you can get kicked out, them setting up their own stuff to take your oil money.
Wow.
Girl, is every sector these people have their tentacles in.
Yes, indeed.
Your leaders, our leaders, giving them our prime lands for next to nothing. for build housing schemes with apartment buildings to rent to their workers, paid for by our oil. Yes, our oil money will be paying for it. Their headquarters will be rented, and you know who will be paying the rent? Our oil. Mhm. When you all see them hotels, done bill,
Yep.
and them high-rising buildings gone up, the leaders gonna tell you all, Guyana looking nice. Guyana developing. You see the new city? Guyana is growing. Yes, growing for who? This is how you run country, Mr. Ali. This is how you running country, Mr. Harmon. Penny wise and pound foolish. You know, that saying penny wise and pound foolish is a mild way to tell people how dumb they are. Man, this is beyond moron, what's happening in this land. Some of y'all gonna hold y'all head and bawl soon. Yes, Guyana growing. Growing for them, not you the citizens. That neighborhood, Bernard, with them hotels and a housing scheme that they are securing for themselves, will become an apartheid community.
Yeah, we can go in it.
Only for white people in the middle of Guyana. Yes. Trust me on that, man.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters,
Well, back to the
we will have a South Africa right here in Guyana. And where is our Nelson Mandela?
right.
You better look for one. Mark my words, you'll see it very soon. Exxon Mobil just announced again that they want 5 acres riverside property on the west bank of Demerara to expand their operations. You see the circle, Miss Harris? You see the cycle?
Small, vicious circle.
They are like octopus, stretching their tentacles in every sector of Guyana. Man, Josh, like you sleep here for me. Yes, Josh walk out and go away.
It's fed up.
Why Josh do me this, man? Josh, when I'm done with this land, with this country, we will become worse than beggars. Several parts of Guyana is already like that. Owned and controlled by foreign companies. I will be speaking about that very soon. Very, very soon I'll be speaking on that. Is anybody, you know if anybody checking to see the prices Exxon taking out from our oil for rentals? But Bernard, you know? Anybody checking that? Rentals of all these buildings, these lands, these warehouses, these homes and so on? Man, you will be shocked. Miss Harris, when you rent your house to the oil people for $2,000 a month, the oil people charge Guyana 20,000 US a month.
Wow.
Let me explain how this con game does go on. And not only the houses, the warehouses and all these lands and everything they rent. Exxon them don't rent your property. A middleman does come and he does rent it for $2,000. Then just turn around and rent it back to the oil company for 20 grand. That's how them hunching you pocket. That's how they're cheating you, Guyana. Ask your leaders who checking on these types of arrangements, man. Ask them who checking on these things. Not a single soul, brother.
Sad.
This thing eats away my soul sometimes.
Yep. Instead you have people defending it.
That's their modus operandi. This is how they me hunching You're deep in your belly with inflated pricing. Them oil people don't come and rent from you direct. Them always see a middleman. He come and beat your price down. Then he turn around and give the bill to you. They rent it to the oil company, and the oil company pay them big money. And that bill comes to us. And of course you got to know where the 18, that $2,000 to 20,000, where the 18 grand going.
We could take a good guess.
Hmm?
We could take a good guess.
You know how it's being split. I don't have to explain that, man.
Yep.
Huh? But I'll tell you. You know where they're putting it? They must be giving them mandir and them masjid and them churches as gifts. Oh my God. And that is only one way of inflating oil costs, you know. When I'm done with you, Bernard, Guyana will turn worse than Haiti.
Definitely.
Yesterday, coming to work, I smiled when I saw a passenger bus driving in front of me. I just had to smile. We know the city is full of trucks owned by foreigners. We Guyanese brothers and sisters don't have trucks to make some money. All the jobs going to the trainees with their trucks. Now I see Triple D have passenger bus on the roads. Yesterday I saw that.
Especially like some people.
I don't know what they're doing, but I see it full with passengers. Triple D have a couple hundred trucks on our roads already. Now I am seeing Triple D passenger buses on our roads. This is how Guyana will grow, eh? What a beautiful land this is.
Remarkable.
Eh, brother?
That's good business.
Huh? We brothers and sisters don't have bus for them to rent or hire. This is how you are looking out as leaders for y'all people. By allowing the foreigners to take away the citizens of Guyana livelihoods. Them bread and butter, Jagdeo. What a Guyana. Miss Harris, down to the bus, work them grabbing onto. Taking away jobs from the ordinary citizens. You know, went to Ogle and the taxi and bus park don't get no work from the oil people. Them have them own special buses and cars. Talk to the taxi people there. You will hear for yourself. And guess what? I am told the foreign trucks and the foreign buses are being paid through our oil by the hour. Mama Bernard, you didn't hear me.
I didn't know.
By the hour, these people are being
Same
paid.
you supply both.
Not by load, by hour. In US dollars. So you know what happened? If them style up in the traffic, Guyana Oil money is paying them for that by the hour.
It's same with the supply both. They're inflating it.
Brothers and sisters, let me ask, is who paying y'all when you stick up in the traffic? Who paying our brothers and sisters with their trucks and their buses when they stuck in traffic? Can somebody answer me that? Guyana is going, man. Yes, we're growing too. Y'all going to hell. And everybody going there. That's the way to go. You hear me? That's the way to go. You're growing. It's the same thing the oil people did in Ghana.
That's right.
They did it in Nigeria. They did it all over the world they've been.
It's not the first rodeo.
That left them people in extreme poverty. It's every sector in the oil industry them own and have full control over, Bernard. Please pay attention to what I'm saying every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And please share this program. Get the citizens of this country to understand what is going on in this land. Please. Mr. Anil Nandalal, our Attorney General, said a few days ago on an online radio that he know the Exxon contract signed by Trotman is one of the most lopsided agreements in the history of Guyana. And he went on to say, we must learn from it. Now you don't hear me, man. The man said he'd agree, accept, is the worst contract ever in the history of Guyana, and we must learn from it.
Wow.
You hear that, man?
Speechless.
He said, it's a mistake we must learn from. This is the Attorney General of Guyana saying so. The nation's chief lawman saying so. The opposition, Miss Harris, whatever deals them cut, left Guyana with screws, nails, and zinc sheets to eat, with 3/4 of Guyana's wealth, 600 oil blocks, 6.6 million acres of our oil, the best of Guyana's oil. And this man, who is in command and in control now, is telling us we have to learn from our mistakes. Can you believe these things, man? Is these things for real? He got to be a complete moron, Guyana. You know, sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're a fool than to open your mouth and prove it. Spewing a set of filth in our ears. But we have to learn. We have to learn from our mistakes.
You don't have to fix it, you gotta learn from it.
We have to learn from it.
So you
Mr. Anil,
keep making it.
Mr. Anil, sir, we have to fix it.
Hell yeah.
We have to correct it.
Yes.
And if you can't do it, then remove yourself and give somebody else a chance to get it done. If your water tank got a hole, Anil, you have to patch it. You can't learn from it. If your son or your daughter drive a car over broken bottles and you get a puncture, you have to patch it, Anil. You have to fix it, Anil. And not learn from it, Anil.
You fix it now too. Not next year.
If your children sign a messed up contract with a man to pick your mango, and the contract has a provision in it that allows you to renegotiate it, what are you going to do, Anil? Mr. Harmon, Mr. Ramjatan, and President Ali? You have to correct it. You have to renegotiate it. There is nothing there to learn. You have to fix it. Let me use a law term that you, Anil, Harmon, Trotman, and Ramjatan as lawyers knows very well. If there is a defect, you cure it. Find the remedy for it. You don't sit back and tell the judges, we have to learn from it. You have to fix it, brothers.
Precisely.
No, Guyana. No. Please don't let these people pull wool over your future. Please. Them giving away Guyana and telling us we have to learn from our mistakes, man.
Our mistake is their mistake.
Half of the country, them done give away to Omai, Zinjin, Aurora Gold Mine, Rusal, Bosai, Tri Resources. And now you telling me with the other half with our oil that y'all making mistake and we have to learn from it? Come on, guys. Come on, Guyana. The time for learning is done. We're living in a new era, a digital world, and it must fix now. You know what? If this thing don't fix now, brothers and sisters, you guys have to shut this country down and demand what is rightfully yours. Change the contract. And of course I want 50% or nothing. Man, you ever hear what Gau said today? This morning. The people said the local oil workers working with Exxon out there are being paid less than what the school cleaners is being paid.
Very sad.
Hmm?
Wow.
You believe this thing, man? How on earth any decent leader will allow things like this to happen to their people? It's in tomorrow's Kaieteur News, Guyana. Read it for yourself. And if you don't have money to buy the newspapers, read it online for free, man. It's there. I don't charge nobody to read it. Joseph Biden, the American president, said yesterday that he is sick and tired of the ordinary people being fleeced. And Lall has been saying the same thing over a year now. I am sick and tired of seeing the ordinary people of this country, from the cane cutters to the garbage collectors, all the public servants, paying their fair share of taxes while foreigners robbing us blind. And in some cases like Exxon Mobil, not paying a single cent tax in this country, man. With our own wealth, man. It's not that the cane cutters them cutting the cane and taking home the cane and paying taxes. Them paying taxes, cutting the cane and give us the cane. Exxon Mobil is cutting the cane, taking away the cane, and still not paying taxes. Man, somebody tell me something, man. Mr. Joe Biden, yesterday we reported it, wants to raise income taxes for big companies and corporations.
Not the 20%, yes.
Move it to 28%. So that the ordinary citizens of America can have a better life. And you know what the man said? Exxon Mobil, Apple, and Disney is fighting hard to block the tax hike he wants to implement. Biden said he ready to take them all on, including the opposition. Read that story in today's Kaieteur News.
That's funny.
You hear that, Ms. Harris?
I find it quite funny.
I have to tell Mr. Joe Biden that Exxon Mobil is not paying any taxes in Guyana, but is given a receipt by these morons we have for leaders.
Said they paid.
You hear me? they're given a receipt by our leaders for Exxon to take to America to show the Biden that he's paying taxes in Guyana when it's not so. When Guyana is paying the taxes for them. Oh my. Woo! And we leaders saying, we must learn from we mistakes. You give away the best, largest mango fields, getting nothing, and turn around and say, you gonna pay the man taxes fee? Huh? And you're not correcting that man? About it?
Something is wrong.
What is going on in this land?
Somebody get impaired.
I need something to drink, man. You got vodka there, Josh? Give me some plain water for now then, man.
No problem.
Some of we leaders proposal. The story took over. Three-quarter page saying how the government not giving them enough time and is not allowing the residents to be involved in the process. They said Donald Gadraj from the PPP side saying that it's not true. He said he give them enough time. This is the kind of nonsense them find them tongue to talk about. Yes, a few pennies while the country is being bled in the billions of US dollars. I will expose a little more of what is going on in the back dam with the gold and diamond with the foreign companies. Maybe on the next program. Keep listening. It gets even more sickening with what I saw and heard about what's going on there, Josh. Mm-hmm. You sure you don't have vodka there, man? All right. Kalik, I can't handle this thing anymore. You know? Our leaders doesn't have a vision. You hear me? They don't have a vision to see all these things. You know what vision they have? For go to the World Bank. To beg? To do what? No, to borrow 1.8 for help train some people to know how to handle the oil after it is done.
Oh, so the next 50 years,
Yeah, 50 years.
we're being proactive.
$1 million loan to buy some supply boats, some trucks, helicopters, buses, to build some warehouses, to make some supply centers, to make money for the Guyanese people. But I'm ready for borrow money for build gas to shore project, that dead donkey. What the world telling us to move away from. Then I'm going to borrow money for move out Olion, what they in Exxon way. And borrow money for build highway for Exxon. I love these morons. I love them. You know? No wonder yesterday a police sergeant get beat up and robbed of a little bus fare the man had by 2 motorbike bandits. Guyana, much, much more worse to come.
Yep.
This is what Guyana, the second largest oil producing country in the world, is turning to. You know, sorry for the poor sergeant. I need a little change. I think if I meet him, I'm going to give him a little small piece. This is beautiful Guyana, eh? Dan?
Yeah.
Beautiful Guyana this is. I am patiently waiting to hear when they're going to rob the commissioner of police or the home affairs king. Josh, I'm going to crack up when I hear that. Fellow Guyanese, my brothers and sisters of this beautiful country called Guyana, all of you sit down in rocking chairs and hammocks, hoping for a good life, not knowing the great danger that lies ahead with your future. All due to these morons we have for leaders. They can't see to take the 400 million US we got sitting there overseas, buy a few supply boats to make them $11 million a day. But it's okay to have it there sitting, collecting pennies. You hear me, Miss Harris?
Yes. That part.
I could only imagine when Exxon and their partners sitting, drinking fine wine and eating in fine style, what they are saying about the Guyanese people, especially the leaders of this land.
Definitely.
I could imagine what they're saying about us. I have said many times that Guyana is in deep, deep filth. Guyana is not moving forward. Guyana is going backward with these politicians we have here. I told you, our people, the damage and destruction the foreigners doing to our country each day that goes by, the little 2% we all got there to collect will not be able to even fix or patch up the little road from Georgetown or from them wharves to Houston, where Exxon working out of. You hear me, why? No, that money wouldn't help to fix that alone. Look how you are living, how you are eating with all this wealth you all have. You eating dog food and drinking stinking water, while them dining and whining away with the best in fine style with your wealth. Yeah, man, your wealth. That's what these guys doing.
They're good at it.
That is what is being thrown at you. The pittance, the crumbs. And according to Jagdeo, you have to live like that for quite a while into the future. Is Jagdeo, the man who President Ali put for run the oil, said that, not Glenn Lall. The people fetching out our resources, fetching our fat mangoes, and sending back the seed for you to get a little suck, to get a little taste of the sweetness of the mango. That's what your leaders doing to y'all with the oil. I always remember the conference center that the Chinese built on the East Coast for us. Jagdeo said the Chinese built it for $1 million US and give us as a gift. A gift. Man, you ever hear anybody give you a gift?
Exactly.
Eh? A gift? Oh my gosh. When we carried that story, it was a while back, right? I told my staff, guys, you know what is $1 million for somebody give you? You know what is behind that?
Good fracking.
Was a contract. Was a contract there behind that for the Chinese to shaft you 20 million overnight. The same Jagdeo was president at the time. Give the Chinese a contract to buy and lay a transmission line that cost Guyana over 40 million US, when the transmission line could have been bought for and thrown down for less than half the money. and defending that cost. They had a public forum at Tower Hotel. I was there. I asked one of the lead man, why are we spending 40 million when this job could have done less than half? He said, Glenn, the Chinese transmission line comes with a built-in internet cable that will link Essequibo, Demerara and Borbis. We will connect all the post offices, hospitals and police stations with internet, and how things will be much faster and better. What happened today?
Nothing.
What is linked?
Nothing.
You tell me. The conference center had to fix about 10 times already, costing me maybe more than $1 million US. The transmission line, them throw down across the Demerara River, had ruptured many times, costing more millions of US to fix. The Chinese, instead of burying it under the ocean floor, just get some little fishing boat and throw the damn thing down just like that. That is what we took loan for. I don't know if we ever paid the loan. Isn't this a beautiful country, man?
Maybe it's a gift too.
Gift? A gift. And how proud and happy we leaders were. That was big news, you know. We published it. I used to shake my head and smile. Miss Harris, you know anybody gives away anything for free in this world?
Martin and Terrence.
Not even your mother, who make you, wouldn't give you anything for free. You gotta get up and get. If not, she gonna dump you out the house. Don't go out and find work to help in the house. See how long she gonna put up with you in the house. Country giving you gift. Wow. Anytime you all hear about aid and gifts, watch what are behind that. When a man give you a gift, what are behind that, Miss Harris?
A contract.
Uh-huh.
A proposition.
Yes. When he give you a gift,
Some funny
when a man give you a gift, look out. He got the eyes on you for something. Or he got the eyes on your picnic for something. When the U.S. ambassador announced the other day she giving Guyana 1.5 million US for help regularize the fishing industry. Again, was a huge thing for our government. Big headlines.
How many years you fishing was
But our President Ali, our opposition leader Harman, and Ramjatan, and Jagdeo can't see. She protecting the oil people territory. They don't want we fishermen to go out there to fish. Them will be in Exxon way. They don't want we fishermen them in certain area because you're going to be in the supply boats way. That's why they want to regularize the industry to keep you out. They're going to left you to eat cackabelly from in front of your gutter. I asked this question many times before, and I will ask it again. What are they getting from this? How are they benefiting personally from these sweetheart deals that only benefiting the oil companies? Guyana, you guys got to read through the line and stand up. Wake up, please. Exxon and our leaders giving us bamboo basket to fetch water. That is what you'll be going to the river with to bring water. You know, there's a saying, he who knows not and knows that he knows not is a good person. Help him. Lead him. Teach him. He's asleep, wake him. But he who knows not, and knows not that he knows not, is a dangerous fool. Shun him. Get rid of him. He will lead you down the mountain by your head, not by your foot. You decide, Guyana, whether the leaders of this land is leading you all down the Kaieteur Falls by your foot or by your head. You decide that. With their incompetence and or corruption. You know, Bernard, this country never failed to amuse me. Fish used to bring in, like I said, 81 million US a year. That gone with the oil. The traffic congestion by the oil containers, buses and trucks, slowing down the economy, causing Guyana to lose hundreds of millions. That gone with the oil too. You know, when you don't know how things work, it's a sad thing. You have that video to play for me, please? I want you to play yes, play that video for me, man. Let people hear when you don't know how things work, how business operates.
The Zambian government, Bishop, sold the copper mines